Fallout 4 has been out for 7 years and it's up and coming its 8th year this year. And I played it for the first time in 2021 when I got the PS5. And I had the most fun I've ever had playing a story game up until the game ended. And then 2 years later, I wonder, how could I possibly find more enjoyment from this game even after I finished the main story? Then I had an idea. So in today's video, we're going to be platinuming Fallout 4. Now, I already have most of the trophies from back when I played the game in 2021, so the first step is to get every ending in the game with every faction. Just a disclaimer, the trophy count won't appear until a little later in the video since I was streaming and forgot to put the counter up. So I originally tried to go to my old playthroughs, but I couldn't find any of them, so I decided just to start a new fresh game. And whenever you are told to align with a faction, you either need to align with the Railroad, Brotherhood of Steel, Minutemen, or the Institute. For this playthrough, I went ahead and aligned myself with the Minutemen, and before you go to the Institute, you need to make sure you make 3 additional saves, so then you don't need to play the whole game again to get to that point. And our first trophy isn't actually story related, but we got it for reaching level 25. Unstoppable Wanderer? Oh, okay, we reached level 25, there we go. This next trophy you are required to ally with 3 settlements, and this one will come naturally by just helping the Minutemen, since you need to help them enough to where they trust you and want to help you get into the Institute. Are you the Organizer? Oh, there we go, nice. Ally with 3 settlements, let's go. This is our first story-related trophy where we need to go side with the Minutemen, and then we need to go take over the old castle they used to run before the war. And then after that, we have to build a giant artillery cannon, and then after that, we should get the trophy Old Guns. I should be getting the trophy here. There we go, Old Guns. Complete Old Guns. There we go, guys. Let's go, chat. This story trophy gets unlocked whenever you complete the ending for either the Minutemen, Brotherhood of Steel, or Railroad. And I got this trophy when I completed the main story with the Minutemen after defeating the Institute with them. There we go. The nuclear option. Let's go. W's in the chat. So we just completed the Minutemen playthrough, which is just one of the 4 playthroughs we need in order for the platinum. For this playthrough, we're going to have to side with the most OP faction in the game, the Brotherhood of Steel. And we basically have to do the same thing over again while we pick up a few trophies along the way. For example, Semper Invicta, which just requires us to join the Brotherhood of Steel after completing a few missions for them. Alright, we got Semper Invicta. Alright, it's another trophy. So this next trophy is honestly a very sad one. After a while working with the Brotherhood, we eventually found out that Dance is a synth. And if you don't know, the Brotherhood of Steel doesn't like the synths who are a part of the Institute. And so then we are sent out to kill him, and after we come back to Elder Maxon, we get our next story trophy. Oh, we got it. Blind Betrayal. This is our last story mission required for the Brotherhood of Steel, and we get our next trophy for it. After building Liberty Prime, we finally take our onslaught to the Institute with the Brotherhood of Steel army. And then that comes to a close to our playthrough with the Brotherhood of Steel, and we get this trophy. Oh, we got Ad Victorian. So now we are done with the Brotherhood. We have to move on to the Railroad faction, and for this one, it's basically a 2-in-1 playthrough. We have to work with the Institute and the Railroad. We are mostly working with the Institute, and while we are sabotaging them and also giving the Railroad information. There we go, Tradecraft. So after a little bit of siding with the Institute, we finally go back to the Railroad and tell them everything we know, and secretly we have been working with some synths to help them escape from the Institute, which is how we get our next trophy after betraying Father and telling the Railroad they sent me to kill them. Alright, we got Underground Undercover. After the Railroad base gets attacked by the Brotherhood, we decide to take it to them and attack the police station that they are at. After we attack the police station, we take their vertibird and we head for their flying base in the south of the map so that we can place charges and blow the place up. After we blow the flying base up, we get our last story trophy. There we go, we got Red Rocket's Glare. So now we just completed the main story and completed all the partial playthroughs of each faction. So now we're going to move on to the miscellaneous trophies, which require us to do a bunch of lockpicking and hacking. And also a lot of killing enemies, and also having to get a bunch of settlers to be 100% happy. Which later you guys will find out how difficult and tedious that trophy really is. But while going for other trophies, we got the trophy for defeating 300 creatures. There we go, we got Animal Control. Many of you may know that there is a companion system in this game, where you can either have a cute German Shepherd as your companion or you can have a super mutant as your companion. Either way, there are a ton of different options for companions that give you a variety of people that will side with you, and later on in the game we have to make one of these companions admire you for a trophy, which is also another annoying and tedious trophy I have to do. But for now, throughout trying to get other trophies, we get a trophy for getting 5 different companions. Recruit 5 separate companions. Okay. As we all know, Fallout in general has so many different locations to explore. There are at least over 100 locations that we can go explore in the world of Fallout, and it's just endless enjoyment and fun of just going around and seeing what I can discover. And throughout the game we go to a lot of different locations just by playing the main story. While playing the main story, we uncovered at least 60 locations just from playing the main story. For this trophy we had to uncover 100 different locations, and this just came along while doing other trophies. Ranger's Corpse. Oh, discover 100 locations. There we go, see what I mean? Fallout 4 is notorious for having some very fun side quests. Personally me, when I platinum games, doing the side quests is the worst part for me. This game, not so much. But there's one thing I will say that did frustrate me about the side quests. And it's the fact that you can't tell which quests are side quests. You see, there are things called miscellaneous quests in the game, where you can't tell whether it's a side quest or miscellaneous. So it was very difficult to tell which quests I should go do and which ones I shouldn't do. So it took longer than expected to get all 10 quests for this trophy. There we go, gun for hire. Complete 10 side quests. As I mentioned earlier, we will be doing lockpicking and hacking. The hacking will come later in the video. For this trophy specifically, it will be picking 50 locks. Now the locks could be doors, medical boxes, toolboxes, stuff like that. It's mostly doors in order to get into new areas. This trophy wasn't as tedious as I thought it would be because I already had most of them done, so I only needed a few more while I was exploring, so I randomly came across the trophy. What's yours is mine. Pick 50 locks. There we go. We are in the middle of the video, and I just want to say the support recently has been crazy. I just started streaming the games I get the trophies for, and it's been real fun. I'm going to be streaming after this video gets uploaded, and we're going to be getting the next game done. So if you want to come tune into the streams, feel free to join. Everyone is welcome, but let's get back to the video. We are on to the next collectible trophy, where we need to go around the map and find 10 bobbleheads. And then we have to find all 20 right after this trophy. If you've never heard of bobbleheads, what they do is they either give you a boost to your main stats like strength or perception, or they'll give you a 50% damage boost against a certain enemy. And these bobbleheads are scattered all throughout the map. There is one missable one where if you do the side quest for the Cabots in the mental asylum, you won't be able to go back to that mental asylum. So luckily for me, I just got done with that quest and was able to access the building, and I got the missable bobblehead. But here are the trophies that are related to the bobbleheads. There we go, we got They're Not Dolls. They are action figures. There we go. Just like earlier, we got a trophy for killing 300 creatures, which just came by playing the game. This next trophy came from killing 300 humans, which wasn't as common to find since mostly everything is a creature, but if we did find any raiders or any humans, we did take them out and that led to the next trophy. This next trophy is probably the longest and most tedious trophy I've had to do. Benevolent Leader requires us to get a settlement to 100% happiness. Now I mentioned earlier in this video that it sounds easy, but trust me when I say it wasn't easy as I thought it was going into it. There's so many factors that go into having a settlement at 100% happiness. You can't leave them for an extended period of time or else they'll start to miss you and they'll be unhappy. You also can't have any synth settlers, otherwise they will not be happy since they are maxed out at 50% happiness. And with my luck, I had one of those synth settlers, which means I had to make a save and massacre all of the settlers to see which one was a synth. And for a while, I didn't know that this affected my settler's happiness, so I would constantly be sleeping in the game, and I wouldn't know that if I had a synth settler, I wouldn't be able to get over 85% happiness. And it was the most confusing thing in the world. But that's not the only thing that messed with my settler's happiness. There's a method that I followed on PSN Profiles, which is the website most trophy hunters use to get the guides they need for their trophies in a quick and easy way. I followed the procedure on where they tell you to go to the Red Rocket gas station where you first find dog meat, and to set up 6 beds, at least 21 food, 21 water, 80 defense, and 6 shops. Once you set that up, your settlers will constantly keep going up in happiness, and one takeaway that I wish I knew before was that if you ring the bell too much, your settlers' happiness will actually go down. And whenever you just wait on the chair, it doesn't count and my settlers will just be unhappy as the days go by. And you're probably wondering how I fixed it. I wish I was kidding, but all I did was go to sleep in a regular bed 3 times, waited for 10 minutes, and my happiness finally went past 87, and then I got hope. So what I did was I left my PlayStation 5 on overnight and sat there AFK till the morning. It's 12 in the afternoon and I left my PlayStation on overnight, and I turned my monitor to find that my settlers is at 99% happiness. So what I did is to go sleep in the game 3 more times, and I wait out another 10 minutes, and we finally got the most annoying trophy, Benevolent Leader. Please subscribe and like the video so then I know that this was worth it, because this trophy was a pain in the butt. So just like the bobbleheads, we have another collectible item called magazines. And there are over 100 total magazines in the game, and we only need 20 of them Just like bobbleheads, these magazines give us random boosts, like Stimpaks heal 40% instead of 30%, stuff like that. And it was very easy to get them since a lot of them were in the same spot as others and we got it within an hour. Virgil, I'm sorry, homeboy. You made me do it, man. You made me do it. I'm sorry. Prince not dead. We got it. E20 magazines. Fallout 4 has a pretty cool crafting feature where you can either craft weapon mods, food, and basically just anything your heart desires. For this trophy, we were required to craft 50 weapon mods, which honestly took a while to prepare since I would consistently run out of materials. So we got this trophy right after we got Benevolent Leader. There we go, we got Armed and Dangerous, craft 50 weapon mods, let's go. This next trophy is just like the last one, where we have to craft a certain item a certain amount of times. We need to craft 100 items for this trophy, and the easiest way to do this is to get fertilizer and plastic and craft jet 100 times. And then eventually you'll get the trophy within 5 minutes. There you go, Wasteland DIY. Alright, just like I mentioned earlier on in the video, we had to do 50 lockpicks, and now this next trophy is the same thing and said we have to do 50 hacking terminals. But it's not as easy as it was with the lockpicking. You see, whenever you want to lockpick something, you can unlock multiple different things. But with the terminals, there's only one type of thing you can hack, and they aren't as common as something to lockpick. There are some places where there aren't even terminals, so I had to manually go find 50 of them with a YouTube video. And I also have some funny clips from my stream that I recorded while I was about to get the trophy. $1,000 and you guys will see my ass crack. I'm so dead ass. Only 1K? Yeah, dude. Fuck, I'm gonna do with 1 grand, bro. What the f? Robco's worst nightmare. Alright, let's get that. These next few trophies are probably the last tedious trophies. One of them is to get relationship max with one of your companions. Now, I originally thought that just by having Nick Valentine follow me while I unlocked terminals was going to have me unlock the trophy, but it turns out I was way far away from having him even admire me. So I had to figure out something else, and I found out that Hancock likes it when I travel naked. Sounds weird, right? So what I did was I got naked and I traveled back to Sanctuary from Talpine Bluffs at least 100 times, and eventually we got the trophy for having a max relationship with him. Oh! We got it. Let's go, guys. Let's go, chat. Alright, guys, we gotta lock in. This is the last annoying trophy in the game. I mentioned earlier that we have side quests and miscellaneous quests, and it was very hard to tell between the two, but for this trophy, I already had 28 of the miscellaneous tasks done. All I had to do was throw the vertebrate signal grid down 22 more times, and believe it or not, it actually took a while to do that. It took me like 45 minutes, but here's the trophy. Finally, we got Mercenary. Let's go. We are almost done with this platinum trophy, and all I have to do is complete some simple trophies like play a holotape game, for example. And I honestly don't know how I don't have this done already. It's one of the first things you can do when you start the game. But here's that trophy. There we go, we got Future Retro. And we also had to go kill 5 giant creatures, which honestly was probably the easiest trophy in the game since my weapon is so overpowered and was not a challenge at all. Oh wow, we got the trophy. I thought I had to go get one more. Alright, there we go. This is our second to last trophy before we get to platinum, and all we had to do is reach level 50, and it sounds easy, but you really need a lot of XP to reach that level. Now don't be mad at me, but for the last 2 levels, I did place a bunch of statues that give me a lot of XP. It isn't a glitch, but it's a very good way to earn easy XP. There we go, we hit level 50, we're not too far from the platinum. This trophy is a little silly one where you just pickpocket someone and put a grenade into them, and I decided to do that to one of our settlers, because why not, it's funny. Prankster's Return, and there we go. So we're finally on to the last trophy, and all we have to do is run around the bases in Diamond City and get a home run. I saved this one for last because it's one of the easiest ones. There we go, we got home run, and our trophy should pop up soon. And there we go, we got the platinum trophy. Let's go, baby. I just want to announce that the video is over and that I will be streaming tonight at 11 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I will be working on my next platinum, and I hope to see you there. Hope you guys all have a good day. Thank you for watching my video. If you did make it this far, make sure you comment. I will be replying to every single comment down below. Have a good day, guys.